Tucker Carlson is out there, and he's got some thoughts about immigration. I'm pretty sure you can guess what those thoughts are, but let's play this clip.
Reckless and destructive. What's happening on the border tonight will change this country forever. A lot of things won't. This will, and you should know that. Unlike other disasters, mass illegal immigration is permanent. No one ever really gets sent home. Over the past 30 years, the population of the United States has exploded by nearly 100 million people, mostly due to immigration. Were you even aware that that happened? You're not supposed to say a word about it, as every year the United States gets steadily more jammed with people, and at the same time more chaotic and less cohesive. As the open spaces shrink, as nature itself recedes in the face of yet another strip mall or apartment complex or fast food outlet to serve the new people. This is becoming a crowded country, and crowded countries are ugly, unhappy countries. Why are we letting that happen?
I mean, what is he talking about, crowded country? I mean, we got 50 states here. This country is huge.
It's classic Nazi talk.
Yeah, it's demographically crowded.
Yeah.
Right. But, speaking to that, Tucker Carlson was just on earlier this month, worried about something that seems to go against his most recent concern about this overcrowded country. Brendan, could you play this clip?
So we spent the last year hearing about a health crisis, a pandemic, but there are a lot of health crises. This may be the biggest one. Falling testosterone levels, which have completely reshaped our society, and falling sperm counts, which may make it impossible to continue the human race.
Whoa, what?
Wait, I thought we were overcrowded. Oh, you just mean we're overcrowded with non-white people. We have too many people, right? But except not. There's not enough babies being born. Really, what the reality is that he's saying too many brown babies being born, not enough white babies being born.
Right. He's able to, at this point, I'm surprised Tucker even feels like he needs to use the whistle. I mean, everyone knows what he's saying. He's been saying it for how many decades now. In fact, I mean, Sam Seder, back when he was on Air America, was mocking Tucker Carlson's style with his own little vest and bow tie. So, I mean, that's how long Tucker Carlson's been doing this. This is just the whole idea that there's some sort of crisis at the border is just another Republican talking point. And really, it speaks to a way where they can bring the cultural issue into policy, right? Because Dr. Seuss and Mr. Potato Head aren't quite cutting it. What's the policy there? Where are they going to bring that into policy? But here, this is a cultural issue you could actually do something about in Congress.
Well, so, it dehumanizes migrants as well, too, because it basically reduces their humanity to an overcrowding, basically akin to a pollution population. And that is fascist, genocidal rhetoric. That is a step away from what we've been seeing. And also, an aside, he mentioned there's falling testosterone across the country. Is that a thing, guys? Like, have you... How has that been documented?
I think you would measure that just in aging populations, because as you age, your testosterone levels decrease.
So there are older boomers who have lost testosterone. So maybe like the general testosterone average is a little bit down based on older people. I feel
like you guys are even looking into this too much. I think it just fuels the whole soy boy narrative on the right. The whole young people.
No, I know. It's just he has no evidence for it.
Right.
He has no evidence.
Right. Well, I mean,
if there were any if there were any like drop in, like testosterone, it would probably be because of some pollution related, like Exxon thing or something. But
and you know what? Be ready for this one too. You're going to hear from all of these folks like Tucker Carlson, who completely denied there was a problem in this country with COVID and that the pandemic was some sort of overdone thing that, we shut down this country for nothing. Be ready for them all of a sudden to be real concerned about immigrants from Mexico or from Central America coming into this country and bringing COVID as if we don't already have it here. But this is what they're going to all of a sudden care about. I mean, you already do hear it, but it's really going to ramp up as obviously they continue to run with this whole migrant issue, and combined with the fact that the United States is vaccinating, starting to roll out broader vaccinations for its own people. You know, get ready for them to really be concerned about that. Well, also, by the way, not wanting to, send any of these surplus vaccines we have down to South America to help out,
Yeah, and I'd also say just one note is on refugees is America has both a moral obligation to accept far more and a practical ability to accept far more than we have been. And that should be the position of anybody that has any kind of conscious and understanding of what this American foreign policy has been doing for like generations.
Yeah. All right. Tucker, man. Tucker Carlson.
He is like, just, wow. Is there a worse guy in public life right now?
Honestly, I think he's probably the worst. I mean, only because he is he's growing in influence.
Yeah.
You could bring up Hannity, but Hannity is dying out. His popularity is nowhere near where it used to be. His time is coming up. Whereas Tucker Carlson, I feel like he's just continuing to rise his show. I remember I saw a research that came out that basically tracked how cable news ratings have dropped since the beginning of February, when after the election, after there was obviously that big bump because of January 6th and the storming of the Capitol, after Trump left the limelight and Biden was inaugurated, all these cable news programs lost like double-digit percentage audience in their ratings, except for Tucker Carlson, who just lost like something like a percentage point or something like that. Just, he is the most popular figure in right-wing media right now, I think it's safe to say.
Yeah, and it's dangerous too, because it's coded in issues that are more ubiquitous. Like, he's trending towards eco-fascism, where he can intertwine nativism and racism with like larger concerns that could be more appealing to apolitical people who understand what's going on in the environment and jobs. And it's a lot less straightforward hackery, which is what Hannity does, and it has the ability to bring a new generation in, which scares me, at least.